Welcome back to the Bring Your Big Energy podcast. I'm Stacey K, and this season we are getting fierce. I'm going to bring you powerful stories, bold conversations, and real life inspiration to fill your cup and remind you that anything is possible. So let's dive in. Same big energy, just a bit more fierce. Welcome back to the Bring Your Big Energy podcast. I'm so excited to have everyone here again today. Today, I am here with Jessica Renee. Hi, Jessica.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. I love that you've got your outfits in the back. It's so good because we are here to talk about so many fun things that make women fierce, and how we show up is one of them. So for our listeners, I have a question for you, and I've asked myself the same question since meeting Jessica the last time. When was the last time you invested in yourselves? Not because you had to, but because you believed that you were worth it. So many of us spend our lives pouring into everyone else. We invest in our careers, in our kids, in our home. But somewhere along the way, we stop investing in ourselves and how we show up, and that starts to show. So today's guest, Jessica, believes that one of the most powerful forms of self-care is not another bubble bath, although we love a good bubble bath. It's not another spa day. It's choosing to see yourself differently. Because when you feel good, you show up differently. You show up fierce, which is what season 4 is all about. Showing up fierce, being fierce in the decisions that we make. So today we're talking about awesome clothes. We're talking about your fit, but we're really talking about confidence and identity and filling up your own cup, and why investing in yourself is not selfish. So it's necessary. So that is what we're here to talk about today. So Jessica, why don't you start by just telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Absolutely. So I have been a personal stylist only for about 5 years now. Before that, I've been in the fashion industry since I was like 14, working in every boutique. I went to fashion school, but I did product development instead, which was great because I really learned about garments. But then a bit through my career, I was like, I don't want to work in an office. I want to help women feel beautiful. Like, women are beautiful. And somewhere along the way, we stop caring so much about it. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to start my personal styling business. I took some courses. My friends always ask me, like, what do I wear? So I was already doing it, just not as a career. And I was like, you know what? I'm going for it. So I was doing hair for 9 years. I'm certified in makeup, hair, clothes. So I really understand like the whole female presence. And my goal is to just help women understand that, one, we have to get dressed every day. So you might as well put on a good outfit. Can't walk around naked. And two, how to set up their closet as a personalized boutique, not a Walmart. So when you go in there, it's like this beautiful thing that you want to pull from, and you can get dressed in 10 minutes or less and look good. Because when women look good, we feel good, and then we can take over.
I love that. And then we can take over. That's good. That's my favorite part. When your clients come to you, what is the problem they're trying to solve at the very surface level that they tell you first? And then what do you really think the problem is?
So I would say that their problem is a decision fatigue. Like, they have a ton of clothes, but they don't know what to wear. They have a ton of clothes, but they have nothing to wear. Also, that they've been wearing the same outfit for the past 10 years and haven't updated their wardrobe, or they just don't know how to style themselves anymore. And so what that really means is they're really not taking time to invest in pieces and set up their closet for success. Also, perhaps their body's changed. So now they need to learn how to style the new body that they have, whether they've, gained weight or they've lost weight, because everybody's taking peptides now. I say those are probably the core. And then also, what they wear now doesn't represent the position that they are in life, especially when I work with female entrepreneurs. So like, as a business owner, as a CEO, they're still dressing like either they were in college, or they just haven't put together outfits that they feel like represent them, where they feel fierce in. That they're kind of like, I'm just going to wear this, but I'm also hiding, instead of putting on an outfit that makes them feel fierce so they could go be bold in their workplace.
Wow, that's so. And what do you think is the catalyst a lot of times for them finally saying, like, okay, now I'm going to invest in myself. Now I'm going to go to Jessica and I'm going to figure out what I need to do.
I think they just have had enough. They're like,
Uh,
I'm done. I cannot go inside my closet and wear the same 5 things. I want more. They're like ready to step into that next level. Like, I want more out of my life. And I realize that it has to start with how I represent myself.
I love that. Okay. And then I did not ask you this before, but do you actually go to their home and see their closets with them?
So I do 80% virtual. So I can help
Okay.
women all over the States, all over the country. I also just flew to Chicago and did a closet clean out for a client.
Yeah.
And I am willing to travel. Absolutely. I think sometimes virtual is very convenient for people. So I do everything over Zoom if it is virtual, and I do go inside their closet. However, we only focus on the season that we're in. So now it
Oh,
would be spring, summer. We don't
okay.
need to worry about fall, winter. Like we're not even going to stress ourselves out. We'll do that in a few months. And then we go almost piece by piece of like what to keep, what to donate, what to tailor. Tailoring is so important when it comes to your clothes. So that's always a section. But yeah, I'm inside their closets with them, judgment free zone, just here to help and declutter.
So you have this perspective, like you've seen all sides of women, right? Like through hair and makeup and again, how we show up in the clothes that we're in. What is the one thing that you've learned through this journey about women simply by opening up closet doors?
I would say it's crazy that a lot of women will like do their hair really nice, do their makeup, and then not put the outfit together. That are just like, okay, I'm just like I'll just style my hair from shoulders up or style myself from shoulders up, but not putting the full look together. And once they realize that how you represent yourself is a full look and it doesn't have to be hard, it doesn't have to be over the top. It can be very simple that everything kind of shifts for them. And I say like when you have an outfit and you add accessories, it changes the game. It levels up your outfit. So when you put on an outfit and then you do your hair and you do your makeup and you have the whole thing put together, it's like the painting is complete. So a lot of women will have like they put an outfit together and then their hair is in a messy bun and they don't do any makeup. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's always kind of one missing piece that I'm like, just take that one extra step. And I love for women when they're doing their hair or makeup that they're looking at themselves in the mirror because a lot of times we don't take time to just like look at ourselves, but we're not going to like be negative. Like, oh, I have this wrinkle or look at this blemish. It's like, wow, I'm beautiful. Like as you're putting on mascara, like, wow, my lashes are so long and pretty. Or like you're putting on lip gloss, like, wow, my lips look beautiful. So you're really taking that time to love on yourself while you're getting ready.
Love that. Yeah, so that's why it's self-care. So that brings it full circle to me for self-care, right? Is it this love and like appreciation? And I think so many times, and myself included, like I've been through a lot of health stuff. I've gained 40 pounds through all of the things with chemo and all the junky stuff. And not to be like poor me, but I don't feel like myself in my body anymore at all. And so that's a really hard place to be. And so I'm not sitting around loving on myself, girl, that's for sure. But I should be because this body has got me through what it needed to get me through. I just have to find the way to sell it. So I love that. I feel like there's so much more depth to the way that we show up in what we're wearing and how it can make us feel. I think I don't know if I shared this with you in our pre-call, but my first executive coach that I had at Google. So, these people are like high executive like level coaches. And I had this giant presentation coming up. I think I was going to be on stage in front of like 1,000 people or something. And I was like working through this presentation with him and like how to really get my point across and all the thing that I was going to deliver. And he was happened to be a male coach. And he said to me, and I want you to go get your hair done and your nails done and buy yourself an outfit that you just feel amazing in. And I remember being like pissed off. I was like, that felt really sexist and it felt really demeaning. And I'm like, I'm a freaking executive at Google. What's it matter? But I'll tell you what, I was like, listen, this guy must know something about something. If Google's willing to trust and invest in this guy, I went and bought the first pair of $200 shoes I ever owned, the best skinny jeans and blazer I've ever owned. And I felt powerful. Like I felt so powerful on that stage. So there was just something about me investing in myself and saying like, you're worth the clothes that you're in. You're worth showing up on this stage. You deserve to be listened to. And so have you, and I'm sure you see these transformations all the time, but how else do you see people transforming through the work you're doing with them?
Yeah, that's so funny. So I used to be in sales before. I was in a health and wellness business. We did sales. And I would always tell my team, like, you guys put on a good outfit when you're doing calls, like when you're reaching out to clients, when you're following up with clients, or even if you're going to be in your pajamas, at least put on a nice pair of heels. Excuse me. I always wear like kind of a nice outfit, but I would put on my Christian Louboutins when I did calls and I was like walking around my house and just when you have something nice, you feel better about yourself. You feel more confident and that to everybody. So I see the women that I help, the way that they dress, so they're like, yeah, I guess I like it. It's okay to like, no, now let's put you outside of the box and look how you can really shine. Because I feel like a lot of people get nervous of like, is this okay? Can I wear this? Like, I'm not going to a big event. It's like life is the event. Life
Oh,
is the
life is
event,
the event. Ooh, I
right?
like that.
And I just styled this older woman and I was like, I want you to wear jeans and then we're going to roll the jeans. We're going to show your ankles because you have such a beautiful figure and we're going to put on a cute pair of tennies. She was like in her mid 60s. She's like, oh, but I have like veins on my ankles that I'm self-conscious about. And I was like, okay, I want your listeners to envision this too. Imagine you see this woman. She's 65. She's dressed, fierce, gorgeous. She has this confidence. No one is ever going to see her walking down the street and be like, her outfit is so beautiful, but did you see the veins on her ankles? Like, they're not going
Right.
to do that. And when
Yeah.
sometimes we're scared to like shine because we think people are going to judge us or we're going to be, you can never overdress. And you're always going to inspire somebody else to be like, wow, if she could wear that, why can't I? Or like, she looks so good. I'm going to go put on a nice outfit so I can have that kind of reaction when I'm walking down the street. You're always going to inspire. You're never going to make people angry or think that like you're so cool because you have a nice outfit on. It's always going to be an inspiration. It's always going to be powerful.
I love that. I love that empowerment and the inspiration. And again, a lot of words that we don't think like, oh, my sweater is empowering, but it might be. I mean, I remember, one of the first things I bought after Google was this hot pink blazer. And I was
Yes.
like, girl, I'm going to wear it. And I would have never worn that at Google. Like if I didn't have like, we used to call it the Google uniform, which were like the cool skinny jeans and the black blazer and the cool tennies, like the stuff you're not trying too hard. I always wear heels or whatever. But it just was so empowering. But and my friends were like, "You're inspiring me to put color on." And I was like, "Wait, I actually got this inspiration from a woman's when I went that someone else was wearing deep color that I don't usually wear." And so it creates this like kind of like empowerment and this inspiration to do so.
You're
Which
giving
I
other women permission.
Yes, yes. Okay, so permission's a big one, and then I wanna get into some tips because everyone's gonna be like, "Ooh, tell us all the things." They want all the things, but I wanna get into permission a little bit and a permission to invest in ourselves. Like, I know personally, and this is speaking out loud in front of my Northville community, I will buy my girls aloe sets and Lululemons all day long, and then I probably got this on Amazon. And
Yeah.
so it's like, I don't give myself permission to invest in myself because I wouldn't spend the money, but so how do you help people think through that, like self-care and showing up in a wardrobe that serves you as not being selfish? And how do you give them permission to do that?
Absolutely. So it's actually funny because if you, first of all, the less clothes you have, the easier it is to get dressed. And if you have more quality pieces. So a lot of people are like, I can't buy an aloe set, but then they buy 8 different sets on Amazon, which equaled the price of one aloe set. And then the Amazon pieces fall apart. They don't last long. They get over it because it was like more trendy. You know what I mean? So if you really look at like people's Amazon carts, they are spending that much. They feel guilty spending it all at once. So really think about like, okay, what are some pieces that I really want to invest in that I want to have in my closet? Like say you want a nice blazer for fall. Be like,
Yep.
okay, don't buy 8 different blazers. Just buy one quality blazer that you could have for like 10 years and not following the trends, but following pieces. And this is why a stylist is important, is because we can go inside of your closet, help you get rid of all the fluff, actually only wear 20% of what's in their closet. The other 80%,
20%? Wow.
the
Okay.
other 80% is just fluff. So if we can condense all of that, even if I took out 60 instead of 80 and we got rid of that, you can actually see what you have, what you like to wear instead of like trying to wear something because Hailey Bieber is wearing it or something like that. And then seeing, okay, now that I have these outfits, now that I have these core items, what do I even need to add? Like, do I even need a blazer? Like maybe you have 8. I have so many blazers. I wear blazers all the time. Maybe you don't even need a blazer. You're just like, everybody else is buying one, so I should. So really like you have to understand what's in your closet and start treating it like a personalized boutique, not like a Target where you have so much stuff that you're like, I don't even know. And this is going to help with decision fatigue. And you have to realize as women, we do so much for everybody. We're always giving, always helping everybody, loving on our children. Like I spend so much money on my daughter too, but the children are also watching you and how you treat yourself. So like
Yeah.
there, Gisela watches me put on skincare and now she's like putting on skincare. So she's going to treat herself the way that sees me treat myself, because more is caught than taught. So it's like, oh, mom buys me these things, but then she doesn't care about her clothes, or she just buys a bunch of stuff on Amazon. It's like you don't show them like it is important for mommy too to take care of herself, and why. And then they're going to follow suit that way. You know what I mean? Or maybe you have a bunch of clothes in your closet and you're like, oh, I don't wear any of them. Then I feel like your children also might not see that clothes are quality. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, mom's just buying new stuff all the time. So I guess we just get new stuff all the time. But you're investing in nice pieces for your children. So then when you do the same for yourself, then you're teaching them how to properly take care of them and how to, have it for a long period of time and different ways to wear it. And so then the items that you have become more valuable, and you're not just buying a bunch of stuff and then packing your closet so that you're stressed.
I love that. I love this
That was a
thought
long
of
response.
modeling. No, it's great. I love this. The thought of modeling, and I was telling Jessica at the pre-show is, I've been watching her Insta, and I love it. Going through her Insta, and as we've become besties lately, and she does like a fit check with her daughter, which is just so cool. She's got a young daughter, and it's so fun to watch. And I was telling her, as a motivational speaker, I'm giving my kids a motivational speech every time they leave the house every morning. These poor things. And so I love this. You said there's more caught than taught. I think that's really powerful. So if we think self-care is selfish, it's actually not in terms of this. It's really a reflection on how to live a good life and show up as the person that you want to be. So I really love that. Okay, perfect. So talk us through then. If we're the person. I'm your person actually, so I might need to hire you, but like everyone listening is probably your person. Let's be honest. My audience is probably your person. And so I'm the mom. I'm like, let's say middle age, like 40 to 60, let's say at this point. I've got all the things in my closet. I come to you and I'm just like, I just am paralyzed, but I don't know what to do. What does that process look like, and what advice can you start to give our listeners?
Yeah. So if I was like, okay, I'm just going to give you a couple simple steps to do by yourself at home, right, before hiring somebody, so they can have
Perfect. That'd be
tangible
great. Yeah,
tips.
let's start there. Yeah.
Okay, so first thing I would do is take everything out of your closet that's fall winter. And it doesn't have to be like black, because you could still technically wear black in spring, summer, but like, long sleeves, jackets, all your winter stuff, take it out, put it in a B closet, or put it under your bed in bins, or in your garage in bins. Like, obviously take care of it, but get it out of your closet. Old wedding dresses, old bridesmaids dresses, like all the things that you don't wear daily, they have to get out of your closet because they're just causing clutter. And you're like, no, no, no. Also, if your body has changed, I don't want you holding on to any of those items, like especially if you're in a weight loss and you're like, oh, I want to keep these jeans just in case I gain some weight back. Like, no, that's, first of all, that's not an option. So those have to go. Or if you're in a weight loss journey and you have these skinny pants that you're like, once I fit back into these skinny pants, I don't want those in your closet either. Because every time you go in your closet, you're like, oh, I still don't fit in those. One day, I guess I'll be there soon. It's actually negatively going into your head. Or like you try them on and you're like, shit, they still don't fit. It's negative.
Yeah.
It's not positive. And by the time you lose the weight and you get to the body that you want, you're going to want to go shopping. So get that out of your
Yeah,
closet.
that's true. That is true.
You
Although
know what
my
I mean?
Okay, what about me though? My teens shop my closet. Like I never thought this would happen, and this is probably going to make you cringe. But my daughters were in my closet this weekend looking for. Remember those jeans that have like patterns on the butt that were popular like in the '90s? You're
Oh,
probably
yeah.
younger than me. They were like popular back then. So my daughter's like, of course you have some of those, and I had all my size 4 jeans, which would fit them, but they were all like skinny jeans. None of them, I hadn't even saved the right ones. So it's like I'm saving them in case they borrow them, but they're never the right ones. And so I don't know. It's like the minute you get rid of something, I worry, like, what if you needed that? So what do you say to those people?
Yeah, if it's nice, expensive, like I used to love my Frankie B's. First of
Yeah.
all, things do come back into style. So you're
Yeah.
100% correct with that, especially if it's like high quality. But if you're not wearing them, if they don't fit you, again, in a bin, in the
Okay.
garage, and your girls are like, hey, don't you have some old jeans that you used to wear? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in the garage, in the bin, labeled for my kids. Or
Okay.
if you have like, oh, this is the first, like I had a girl, she's like, this is the first lingerie set my boyfriend ever bought me. Now he's my husband. I'm like, cool, memorabilia box, concert t-shirts that you never wear, like all
Okay.
sorts of things like that, that have meaning that you don't want to get rid of, keep it. But the
Okay.
only things that go in your closet are what you actually wear.
I
We
love
like,
that. Okay.
and I don't want suitcases in your closet either. Like put those
Okay.
in the garage, put those under the bed. Like they have to go somewhere else because the less clutter, the more you can see what you have. And you're not like, no, 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 I don't want this. I don't want this. Like anytime you pass something for a month straight, it's got to go because you're not going to wear it. It's going to be out of season soon anyway. And you didn't wear it. So like really take time to audit your closet, try things
Okay.
on. Does it actually even fit? Does it look good? Do I feel good in it? Yes or no? Do you know my favorite thing? Turn on some music. I like Alanis Morissette with a glass
Oh,
of Prosecco. And I
yeah.
just I lock myself in my room and I play dress up for an hour of like, do I like this? Do I not like this? It's mommy's time. My daughter could come watch me and tell me like, yeah, mommy, that's cute. Or no, mommy, I don't like it. But other than that, leave me alone. I'm having personal time and it is
Yeah.
going to help you tremendously every single day. If you take 1 hour this month, you have 10 days. Take 1 hour out of the next 10 days to audit your closet and try to get rid of a ton of stuff or reorganize a ton of stuff. You are going to gain back like 45 minutes every single day forever.
Love that. So, listeners, here's your permission right now from Jessica, who is the expert, to go pour that Prosecco, lock that door, turn on the music, and just vibe to like a closet audit. That sounds so light, Jessica, because when I think about my closet, I'm like, oh my God, like, oh my God, right? It's like, and my cute girl, I have a chair, I have a fancy chandelier, I've got pink walls, like I made it all cute, but it's all stuffed. And so I think anyone listening, like, what a fun invitation. Okay, so why is that going to save us 45 minutes though?
So a lot of times you go into your closet and you're like, I have an event or I need to get dressed besides workout clothes. Like I need to dress well today. Then you're like, I don't even know. Like, what do I have? Oh, I had that one. Sure, I could wear that, but where is it? I don't know because it's all packed. You can't even move your hangers. Everything is all smashed. So then you're like, screw it. I'm just going to grab this, this, and this because it's out front. And you end up wearing the same outfit, the same 5 pieces on rotate. So when everything is like cleared and you can see what we have, like, I think it's like 38,000 thoughts a day. So when you go into your closet and you're trying to decide what to wear, your brain is probably like, hell no, I do not have time for this. So you don't even like enjoy getting dressed and you're frustrated and you're trying to find pieces and these jeans don't fit. Why are they still in your closet? Oh, I hate this shirt. I can't believe it. Why did I even pull this out? And then it ends up being like really frustrating for you, or you try on like 10 different outfits and you're like, I don't even have anything. I have nothing to wear. So you go through this whole process that takes way too long when if you have your closet decluttered, these things fit you, you like them, then you could go in and be like, boom, boom, boom. Perfect. I'm going to wear this. Or like what I do in the morning, because I know it's in my closet and I know I love everything in my closet, is I'll even go on Pinterest and be like, what inspires me today? Oh, these pants. And then I can build an outfit around it. Or think like I lay in bed and I'm like, what do I want to wear? Oh, that shirt. Okay. And I can wear it with this because it's in your closet that you're able to get dressed super quick and not be frustrated and not have decision fatigue.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I remember a long time ago there was like an app that you could do that would you had to like log everything in your closet, but it felt very overwhelming because
Yeah.
everyone's got something in the closet. So I love this. Like if you have small enough real estate, but good real estate, then it's less overwhelming and less of a mind tax. Okay. So we've had our dance party, we're living our best life, we picked out our clothes. What else should be true in order for us to show up fierce?
You really need to have direction with like who you are, where you're going in life, like your mom or you're a business owner, and allow yourself to embody that. Be like, I am this badass, whether it's at work, whether it's at home. Like, I don't even care if you're a stay at home mom. That's the hardest job.
Yeah.
So taking care of yourself first, because say you throw on like jeans and a hoodie, you're running the kids to school. Then you're like, okay, now I need to make breakfast. Like maybe you're going to have a burrito or a bag of chips because they're there or like your kids' leftovers. It just domino effects through everything in your life. But if you wake up and you put on a nice outfit, like I love being the best dressed at school drop off. And everyone's like, oh my God, I love your outfit. Oh, cool shoes. Where'd you get that? And that gives you more empowerment. You feel so much like higher on life. You know what I mean? It's like stop trying to hide from life and from people, especially if you're an entrepreneur, and start try to be seen. And it could
Hmm.
be subtle, like okay, I've been wearing leggings my whole entire since 2020. I've been in my workout clothes. No problem. Wear your workout clothes and then throw on a cool blazer or a pop of color shoe. Like start small and just see, like once you start getting those compliments, when people see you're dressing a little different or like you look really nice, then that's going to build your confidence even more. And
I
then you're
love
going to
that.
be able to just like keep elaborating on that.
I love that. So it's gains the momentum. It's
Mhm.
like starting the day like this. Like most CEOs I read with somewhere one time, successful CEOs they make their bed every morning. And it's kind of like that. Like how do you like put the right nutrition in yourself every morning, right? How do you start with the morning walk? Well, how do you start with like a fit that feels strong and feels fierce and gives you the confidence and creates that momentum? And I like this
Just
idea of
baby
starting.
steps.
Yeah, and I like the idea of starting small. Okay, so if someone's overwhelmed and they're like, "Okay, I don't even know where to start." You're telling them to clean out their closet, and then you're also saying like start small and make some small choices. But the thing that you said that I really connected with too, that I want to go a little deeper in is show up and embody the person you want to be. So how do people? What if we don't know at this age what we want to show up like? Or what if we have so many identities that we're overwhelmed by our identities that we're showing up. So, how do you help people to know what at the core of what their style is, or their fashion is, or their embodiment is?
Yeah, that's a loaded question. So if someone was to work with me, then I would say like, okay, first of all, like tell me about what you do. Tell me what you wear now. Do you have any celebrities that you see that you love and you're like, I just love the way they dress. I love the way they carry themselves. They always look put together. You start noticing that, or like even if it's a character on TV, or like a show that you watch, you're like, just something about this person is magnetic. Then they can tell me and I can start to see like patterns of what they're wearing or how they're holding themselves, or maybe it's like what they do for a living. But really just start to like hone in and notice things. And then you can also create like a Pinterest board. So if you're looking for style, like whether it's, hair, outfits, or just people in general, like create a Pinterest board and just say like, I like this. I don't even know why, but I love this. Put it in the board, put it in the board, put it in the board. You don't have to analyze it until you open up your board, and then you could start to notice patterns like, oh, I guess I really like red shoes. I guess I really like her hair beach waved. I guess that, like you just start noticing little things, and then you can start developing your identity. But if you if you don't know, where you're going or what your identity is, I would start either meditating, journaling. Just you really have to learn to take time for yourself and say, yo, mommy's on a break. We could even sit in your car. Like I hide in my car all the time. You could hide in your car and just spend time journaling or thinking like, and dream big. Dream like you tell your children to dream. You know what I mean? Don't hold yourself back. Like get those big ideas, get those big inspirations, because your brain doesn't know the difference of reality and fake. So you can start bringing things into existence into your life when you think about it, when you meditate on it, when you journal about it, when you put it in your brain, it's going to figure out how to make it happen.
I
So
love
so
that.
do that. Get
Yeah,
direction.
you're right, 'cause we spend and I as an executive coach, I spend a lot of time on this, like, let's not focus on what you don't want to do, like, in fact, when I have
The
people set
worst.
goals with me, I have them set it in the backwards direction, so instead of, like, "I just suck at communicating," then the goal is gonna be, "I'm an effective and energetic communicator that is well received," or something, so it's like you flip the goal so your mind is focused on that, like, happiness or the output, and I really, really like that, and I really like this idea of, like, dream like we've taught our kids to dream too. And actually maybe even presenting something that we want to see this version of ourselves, so how do we get there? Like I always think about too when I get up in the morning, I'm like, okay, if I want to be the girl that has the yoga body and the yoga, like what would she do right now? Right? What would she do?
Yeah.
Would she hit snooze, or would she put on a pair of Lulus and head on out to Lifetime? Right? And so I love that fact because that kind of like stitches that together for me as well.
It's so true. I followed this guy who built a huge company. I went to one of his events, and he said every single morning he would wake up and be like, I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete. And he wasn't an athlete, but then he started doing things that athletes would do. Pretty soon he was like running marathons. He was doing all these things that athletic people do. And it's like, if for me, like I'm the most well-known personal stylist for female entrepreneurs. Like I'm not right now, but that doesn't mean I can't be. You got
Right?
no one is different than anybody else. We all have the same 24 hours. It's just the way we think and how we utilize our time. And people who are in higher places than we are, their priorities are different. So you
Yeah.
just have to and yourself is a priority. Helping yourself feel fierce. Like, what can I do to feel fierce today? Make that a priority. And it's going to be different for everybody. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
just start doing one thing. What would make me feel fierce today? Like if I made a killer dinner for my family, I'd be like, I'm fierce because I don't do that. So it's going to be different for everybody.
Exactly, exactly. I love that. What about like emotional ties? That was coming up to me, right? So sometimes I feel like people have, like you said, the concert t-shirts, things like that, or they're like, oh, I got this on sale, or this was my first interview, or you can't keep all of that. Like if you've been just kind of like building on top of a wardrobe for 20 some years, asking for a friend, like how do you help those people be like, just like, let's go. Like, I cleaned out my daughter's room with her last night for 3 hours, Jessica, and I tell you what, 3 hours, and it is awesome now because 'cause we're gonna redesign it for her, and it felt we were both so empowered by it, but there's a lot of emotional stuff for both of us, right? And so how do you think through the emotional piece of it?
Honestly, having help, like your daughter had you and you had her, having help, hiring a personal stylist makes it so much easier to let things go because I'm not going to let you talk yourself back into something. So say you got it on sale. It was probably, unless it's like designer, it was probably kind of crap anyway. So you got your
Yeah,
money's worth. So let it go.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
$10 on sale. You wore it once. That's fine. If it's like my first interview, okay, then I say, thank you. I bless and release the item. I say, thank you so much for landing me that job and carrying
yeah,
me as far as you did. I no longer need you. So thank you.
yeah,
It's like, like so it's hard, but sometimes with friends, you outgrow people and
yeah,
it's just life. And you don't need to hold on to people or things because they got you this far. You need to say, thank you for getting me this
yeah,
far. Thank you for the relationship that we've had. Now we're going separate ways. And that's okay. And,
yeah,
and and donate it. Don't throw it away or have a clothing swap party. So now you're like your favorite piece, your interview piece that got you so far in life can now be given to somebody else and they can have their time with that item. You know what I mean? And when you see your friends wear your clothes, you're like, that looks so cute on you, you know?
that
But really just saying like, thank you, but now I'm stepping into a new version and you are not coming along for the ride.
that's so good. That's so good. Like, thank you, bless you, move on. I also love the clothing swapping piece because what is the opportunity cost if we don't do that?
Huge, huge. What you wear, how you represent yourself, how you speak, how you look, truly how you look is more important than your logo. It's more important than your website because people don't follow logos. People don't follow websites. People follow people because you make them feel a certain way. And especially if you want to be in a position where you're leading other people, if you can't lead yourself, how could you possibly lead other people? And they see that, you know what I mean? You always have to be growing. You always have to be evolving. You cannot stay stagnant and holding on to pieces it's just holding you down and not letting you have this freedom to adapt and to grow and to become better. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. We have to let go to be able to see the real our new version of ourselves emerging, and we're kind
Yeah.
of like weighted down. It's like the whole like don't bring that luggage into a new season. You don't need that.
Exactly. And people
Uh,
judge you based on how you look in the first 3 seconds. Like, as soon as you come onto a call, like, imagine if my hair was kind of messy and I was wearing, like, I don't know, a sports bra. I just got back from the gym. You'd be like,
yeah,
you're a stylist. Why are you dressed like this? Even though if it's Lululemon, it's like people
yeah,
judge you in 3 seconds, whether they're going to trust you or not. So how
yeah,
you represent yourself is so powerful. That could even be like, if I'm dropping my kid off at school and she's like, Mom, can I have a play date with so-and-so? And I look at the mom and she's kind of all sloppy. I'm going to be like, I don't
yeah.
know. Like
It's
her house
true.
is probably a mess. What is she going to feed you?
Yeah, that's so true. That is so true, and that's why it matters so much. Okay, so what are the other? Well, first of all, I have a question. Can you share with us, and I mean, without being confidential, of course, but can you share with us like one of the stories of the biggest transformations you've seen?
Yes. So I had a client who she's a businesswoman. She was wearing the same thing over and over again. She was kind of hiding her body. She didn't love, she had gained, 20, 30 pounds or something like that. And she just was like wearing clothes that were too big to hide, which was actually making her look bigger. So we went through her closet. I got rid of all the things that didn't fit her anymore. Like, no, you can't even keep this as a pajama shirt. Like, it's gone. We did a whole personal shopping experience, got her new items that fit her body properly. I was able to teach her how to style her body so that it looks nice, because I don't care if you're like 300 pounds or you're 120 pounds. There is a way that you can style your body so that you look beautiful. She could say, wow, I look good in this. My body looks good in this. She actually got the promotion that she was going for at work like 2 weeks later just by showing
Wow.
up differently. And then after she got the promotion and she was still wearing her clothes, she started going to the gym. She started eating healthier. Like she was taking herself more serious. And because she was wearing things that flattered her body, she wanted to take more care of her body. So then she
Yeah,
started
I
this like
saw it.
whole weight loss journey. And then her people at work were like, wow, you're on fire. Like you got this promotion. You dress really nice. Now you're at the gym. You're bringing your lunch instead of ordering your lunch. So like even the people around her were able to see this huge domino effect in her life. And it inspired, she said it inspired other people. Like people were saying like, wow, you inspired me to dress better and to to bring my own lunch and not order DoorDash or whatever.
Oh, that's so good. I love that. And I do
Yeah,
think that's true, right? It's like if I go to the gym in the morning, I'm usually not eating chips at night, right? Because there
totally.
is like sort of this input. So it's like if you're showing up well and you're looking great, then it makes you want to look, even stronger, if we will, right? And so I love that. So what are some of the other tips and tricks that you would give our audience in terms of things to do to show up fierce?
Take care of your skin. Truly
True.
take care of your skin because the better your skin, the less makeup you have to wear. And you know, your face is people look at your face every single day. So take care of your skin. And it doesn't have to be a crazy routine. I literally wash my face, I exfoliate once a week, and I moisturize. And I moisturize in the morning too. And I like a spray tan mister. So
Yeah.
when I'm tan, I feel good. But to really take care of your skin because then you don't need to wear a lot of makeup. If you're new into makeup and you're like overwhelmed, I don't even know, but I hear you and I want to look more presentable. Lip gloss, like a lightly colored lip gloss and mascara goes a long way. Accessories always elevate your look. Even if you're in workout clothes, I wear jewelry to the gym. I'm not going to lie. But then I can leave the gym and I could throw on a blazer and I could be in a work meeting like this because
Yeah.
I have like accessorized. You know what I mean? So accessories always make your outfit look better. And try a fun piece. Try something fun. Like try to step out of your comfort zone in the next 10 days. Like just see what happens. Put it on, try it on for size, see if you get compliments, how people react to you, and how you feel when you look past the mirror. I want you to catch yourself when you're looking past the mirror and be like, damn, she looks good. You know,
Yeah.
it's like just try these simple things and then you could build upon it.
Love that. And like, how and where should we be shopping? Because I feel like COVID kind of ruined us on this. And I feel like, again, not an ad, we're not a sponsored program yet, but like a lot of people just do the online shopping thing and then, they're returning and maybe that's not even bad, but like if for someone overwhelmed by like how and where to even shop, what do you tell them?
I say I do like shopping online. The Nordstrom's anniversary sale is going on right now, so now's a really good
Okay.
time to get a few key pieces. Don't
Okay.
go above and beyond. And I don't even want you shopping until you've cleansed your closet and you know what you need to add. So you're
Yeah.
you're not allowed to shop anything else until you go in your closet, detox it, and realize, okay, I'm missing this piece, so I'm gonna go buy that piece. But I
Okay.
love I love Nordstrom's because of their return policy. I love Revolve. I
Okay.
love Shopbop.
Okay.
I love Quincy. Actually, Quince is really good. Those
Okay.
ones I would say are like probably my core. And
Okay.
then, I mean, you could even go to like the Gap for basics, like a t-shirt, a tank top. The Nordstrom's Razorback tank tops are really nice. And those are really good to put under the sweater that you have on now, a blazer, things like that. But spend more money on pieces that you know you're going to have for a long time, like a nice basic white tee you could keep for a really long time. So those are the things you're going to want to spend more money on. And then if you're like, okay, I want to try something new, like, let me just show you. Like these sandals I got and I
You-
love them, but they're going to be in style for very long? Yes, maybe no. But I didn't spend a ton of money on them. So if they go out of style, then I'm okay letting them go. So the fun
Yeah.
pieces that you want to play around with, you can spend less money on and do not buy something just because it's on sale. But I love to shop online. I think it's better, but know that you're going to take time to try it on. Like once you buy stuff, like, okay, now I need to take an hour to try the things on, make sure I like them, make sure they fit correctly. And I'm pretty sure Nordstrom's will pick up your returns from your doorstep, if I'm still correct on that.
Okay. Okay. I love that. So good. Okay. So here's the gap I'm seeing now. So I got my closet cleaned out. It's very few things in there now. It's things that I love though. And then I'm buying pieces, which is interesting because I think a lot of times people are like, "Oh, I'll buy an outfit." Right? So if you're buying pieces, You've got this clean closet, it's beautiful, and then you're buying pieces. How do you know what pieces you need to buy?
Yeah, so you can do those a couple different ways. Like say you have a beautiful green sweater and you're like, "Okay, how do I wear this green sweater?" What I would do is go onto Pinterest and type in green sweater street style. So it's going to give you 10 different ways, 20 different ways that people are wearing a green sweater. And then you could say, "Ooh, I really like this outfit. Do I have all the pieces? Yes or no?" Okay, cool. Then I need to add a white t-shirt. Or it is so much more helpful when you hire somebody to like help you with this, but that's what you can do. It's like, okay, what pieces do I have that I'm not wearing? Can I make an outfit with it? Yes or no? If not, why not? Because I'm missing this item. Okay, cool. And I'll just go get that item.
I love that. Okay.
Is that
What
helpful?
yeah, very helpful. And then what has been most surprising for you? So I mean, this again, this is like you've went through schooling for this. You've done your research. You have a lot of experience. What has been so most surprising to you along the way with that you were like that's an unlock?
What would I say? One, honestly, is like how emotional people are with their wardrobe and they're not even dressing to the standard that they want to be dressed at. You know what I mean? Like they're so attached to the items in their closet that they're not even wearing or the items that don't allow them to feel the way that they want to feel when they get dressed. That was really surprising. Is like your clothes
Yeah.
are emotional to you. You do care about them, but you don't even like them or like the way that they are on you, but you have them for some reason. So like really just like letting go is hard for people. Letting go
Yeah.
of items is hard for people and then feeling confident enough to try something new without being like, "Oh, my friends are going to judge me or my coworkers at work are going to look at me weird because I did this." Like appearance is so emotional and how you represent yourself really affects everybody around you. So honestly, and it's funny because I wanted to be a therapist before I went to college and my mom was like, "Do you know how much school you have to do?" I was like, "Okay, never mind. I don't even
Yeah.
want to take my
Uh-huh.
SATs."
Yeah.
So, but it's almost like a therapy session when I'm in the
Yeah.
closet with women. It is almost like a therapy session of like giving them permission to move forward, giving them permission to stand out, giving them permission to be bold and not have to hide and not to be like me, I live in a small town in San Clemente.
Yeah.
It's a beach town. Everybody wears rainbow sandals. Some people don't, some parents don't even wear shoes when they drop their kids off at school and their toes are sandy or they're in their wetsuits. I'm not joking. And I'm over
Yeah.
here dressed like I live in LA. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it doesn't matter. Like, really focus on how you feel when you get dressed and allowing yourself permission to be the boldest person in the room.
Yes, and to take up space. I think as women, it's like I think that life goes hard on us sometimes, and it's training that since we're little, it's like don't be too loud, don't be too crazy, don't be too this, don't be too opinionated. All the don't be twos become like I can't take up as much space. Like I shouldn't be taking up space, and I shouldn't be like look at me, and I think that starts to wear down at people, right? And I think that we internalize that, and clothing is a way that it's manifested.
And I think a lot of women feel selfish taking time away from other things to put
Yeah.
time onto themselves, or you feel selfish for, spending $300 on a new pair of shoes that make you feel fantastic because you have a little bit of debt or you guys are trying to save for this vacation. But again, the way that you show up will allow you to make more money, will call in bigger opportunities, and you'll start taking yourself more seriously. So,
Yeah.
investing and spending that money on things that are going to give back to you mentally is
Yeah.
huge. The mental load, you know what I mean? Of doing something to appreciate yourself and giving to
Yes.
yourself. It's not selfish, it's necessary.
So if there's an emotional piece and a confidence piece and an empowerment piece that we've talked about, but I want women leaders in, well, just any woman understanding that what Jessica just said is so powerful is there is an ROI on this. So it is an investment. It's not a cost. It's an investment that you're making in yourself and that can turn into promotions, that can turn into new business that can turn into like my example being well received on stage. If I would have shown up there looking like a bed rot rat, like nobody would have listened to what I said, right? And it does make a difference, and the ROI is there.
It makes a huge difference, even on your mental load. Of
Yes.
like being able to get dressed quickly. Know you're going to look good. Know you have an outfit for an event, for a podcast, for a stage, and just being confident in yourself as being put together instead of like, I got invited to this. Oh my God, what do I do? You know what I mean? It's like, it just becomes fluid. And once you start, like, you get up, you do your skincare, You make your hair look good. You throw on an outfit. You're ready for the day. You're totally ready for the whole day. You don't have to think about it anymore.
Yes, exactly. Okay, we're almost at time, and then I want folks to understand where to get you and hire you or get consume your awesome content. But if you gave us like 5 quick fire like tips, like must haves or must do or think about or fashion empowerment related.
Be bold, 100%. Like, don't be afraid to be bold and get dressed and see how people start complimenting you, see how people start looking at you and taking you seriously in a different way, and really pay attention to that. Declutter your closet. Just even if you just move all the fall winter out of your closet and into bins, put it somewhere else, watch how much that's going to change for you. Have fun, play dress up, be childlike. Just take that time to like let loose and enjoy your clothes and be like in your closet. Be a little selfish with that. And if you have children, which is awesome, or even your husband or partner will notice, but like take time to get ready and say, no, I'm doing this. This is important to me. Like, especially if you're a mom of young children, what I started doing with my daughter is I'm doing my skincare. Here's a little moisturizer you can put on your face. She'll do the same. Okay, I'm doing my makeup. Here's a clean brush. You can pretend to put makeup on too. She's not putting real makeup on. She's just pretending. And then time to get dressed. Instead of chasing your children around the house, like, get dressed, we gotta go. It's like, you go to your room, put on a cute outfit. I'm gonna go to my room, put on a cute outfit. And then we do a fashion show in the living room. So then I'll be like, I'm ready. She's like, I'm ready. We're like, okay, fashion show. And then we go like walk the runway down the hallway to the mirror to see how cute we look. And it makes it more fun. And then your kids are going to start understanding how important it is to take care of themselves. It's like when you go, if you're like taking your kids to church or an event and you're like, or to school, you're like, get up, brush your teeth, brush your hair, put on an outfit because we got to go to school. And they're like, but you haven't brushed your hair. You haven't put on a nice outfit. You know what I mean? So be the leader of the house when it comes to really taking care of yourself and showing up in a way that you would tell your children to show up.
I love that. I'm laughing so hard because this is such a funny side note. We were going to school the other day in my middle school, or one of the last days of school, and I obviously own my own business. And we're going to school, and she's like, "Oh, I have to go to school. It's so hard and it sucks." I was like, "It's just school. You're going to be fine." And she looks at me and she goes, "All right, why don't we trade for today?" She goes, "You go to school for me, and I'll go to wherever you're going in those pajamas right now." And I was like, she clocked me out. That one. I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's so real." So I'm going to take
Oh,
your advice on that one. 'Cause I still do a little pajama ride sometimes. But you're right. How much better would I feel if I like got up and got my fit on and show up good for them too? So I love that.
yeah.
So funny. Anyway, Jessica, where can people find you, experience you? Can they hire you? Do you do scaled things? I love that you do virtual. Give us all the things.
Yeah, absolutely. I do virtual, I do in person. So it doesn't matter where you are. My my website is Jessica Renee, Renee style.com. And then my
Okay.
Instagram is Jessica Renee _style. And that's my TikTok too. I'm always by my phone. I'm super social on social media. So drop in, talk to me, tell me what's going on. I also have a WhatsApp chat that's free and it's on my Instagram. It's called the Pocket Stylist, which I feel like I need to
Oh,
like patent. But basically it's like
yeah.
having a personal stylist in your pocket. So if you're like, you can snap a selfie and be like, hey, does this look good? And I'll pop in and be like, oh, yes, but front tuck it or like add a belt or whatever. So my goal, I'm still building the Pocket Stylist, but my goal is to like have a mini stylist in your closet, in your pocket, so that you can reach out to, or like even have a community of women in the Pocket Stylist that's like, I'm going on a date. Like, does this look good? And people can chime in and be like, you look beautiful. I love it. And it just helps build you up and give you more confidence. Or like, that looks so good. Like, why don't you put your hair in like a low bun to show off your shoulders? And just women like inspiring other women to be bold, to look good. So that I would say that my website, my Instagram, and my WhatsApp chat.
Love that. That's such a fascinating idea. And I absolutely love that. And I love this idea of building community too, for us all to be like, look, I don't know, maybe someone else knows, like help each other out. That's so awesome. Please reach out to Jessica. She's amazing. She's all about being fierce and helping us be women of empowerment who are doing big, bold things. And I cannot thank you enough for being on the show today. It's been such a pleasure to have you.
It's been so great. Thank you.
Thanks, Jessica. Thank you for joining us today on the Bring Your Big Energy podcast, the Fierce Edition. And if you like the show today, please subscribe so you make sure you don't miss an episode. Share it with someone that needs it. And make sure to leave a review so people know that you love it. Until next time, keep bringing that big, fierce energy.